Get the fastest internet available in North Central Washington by switching to LocalTel and get speeds up to 1,000 meg. Call 888-8888 today or go online to localtel.net.
Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what a beautiful shot today from our Waterville Sky-Fi Tower camera, looking down at Eniat and the beautiful Columbia River. And what a day today with lots of sunshine. As soon as the rain showers ended this morning, we did see a nice weather pattern. And of course, as we move through the week and into the weekend, we do expect this nice weather to continue. We will see some sunny skies and warmer temperatures right into the upcoming weekend through the first part of next week, and then some more rain showers will come our way. We'll talk much more about that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Plans are moving forward to build a $1.2 million household hazardous waste collection facility in Wenatchee, and firefighters put out a small brush fire yesterday afternoon on Wenatchee's north end. But first, we begin tonight. It was a day for students across the nation to stand up from their seats, and they did that this morning and walked out of their schools in part of a nationwide demonstration protesting gun violence following the school shooting in Florida. The 17-minute protest, 1 minute for each person killed at the high school in Parkland, Florida, was organized by students at Wenatchee High School. The walkout began on school property with students taking to the track to honor those who lost their lives last month.
Chris Dixon was 49 years old. He was the athletic director and wrestling coach at Stoneman Douglas High School. He was described as everyone's best friend and the person you could always count on. He always put others ahead of himself. This is a life lesson to teach each and every one here. Chris Dixon taught us to love one another and put others' needs before our own, and I believe that is one of the best life lessons that life has to offer.
Gina Montalto was a smart, loving, and strong 14-year-old girl. She spent most of her time volunteering to help children with special needs and competing with her school's color guard. Gina loved to make people laugh, was always willing to help others, and was a talented artist. She also enjoyed playing soccer and flag football, cooking, reading, and shopping. Gina always worked very hard to achieve high grades. She loved her family and they loved her, especially her little brother, who claims he was her best friend. Gina had an incredibly bright future ahead of her. At her funeral, her family and friends were joined by over 100 airline employees, since her father is a pilot, to grieve her death. Gina's parents have started a GoFundMe to raise money for a scholarship fund in her name focused on secondary education. Her kind, sweet spirit will be missed by all who knew her.
Today, we stand together, united, as students and faculty, to honor those who tragically lost their lives on February 14, 2018 at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. These individuals had their entire lives ahead of them. With compassion and respect, we stand in memorial 17 minutes for the 17 who have fallen, each of which were victims of a system in dire need of change. And whatever that change may entail, we are ready to express our personal sentiment. We are not present for the purpose of partitioning groups with contrasting ideologies. Rather, we stand together to stimulate necessary conversation, a conversation for change.
Following their gathering at the track, students walked to Memorial Park to gather with community members and share more on the issue, including speeches from several students.
We must respect the legitimacy of viewpoints even when we disagree with them, and that includes recognizing that high school students have a voice and a place in this conversation. Our voices cannot be silenced. Some of you might be thinking it's difficult to respect the legitimacy of the other side when their arguments are just so stupid, but I'm guaranteeing you that the person on the other side of the conversation is probably thinking the exact same thing. Before a serious conversation about serious issues can happen in our society, we must overcome what is preventing us from having that conversation. We must learn to love unconditionally and never to hate. We must see each other as human beings and Americans, looking past partisan labels. And when the hate seeps into the conversation from someone else, we must not reciprocate with more hate. For in the words of Dr. King, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
I would like to address a few comments that I saw on Facebook recently. Quote, kids are going to do whatever they can to get out of class. End quote. Quote, quote, this will be known as the head in the sand generation. End quote. Quote, this is called truancy and they should be jailed for it. They are under 18 and have no rights. End quote. These were just a few of the hundreds of comments under the Wenatchee World's posts about this rally. I would like to express to you guys that we are not doing whatever we can to get out of class. We are doing whatever we can to save lives and to make a difference.
Wenatchee's Jorge Chacon joined the gathering at Memorial Park, saying he's proud of this generation of students for standing up and getting involved.
The intelligence that they're demonstrating, you know, they're so articulate, and they're like on the same page as far as what they're all saying basically the same thing. I mean, that's unheard of. I mean, that's really truly wonderful, and that's a national movement. Wow. I mean, you know, in a way, I'm so proud, you know, but it also it saddens me what happened, and I think that's what really saddens the whole nation. It just, you know, those senseless killings, and they're our youth, you know, their lives were just beginning.
Local parent Ace Bollinger said following the walkout organized by students, he was inspired by their involvement and hopeful for the future.
Grade daughter, we were talking about this last night, and I asked her, do you want to go down and march? She said, Dad, I think I do. I'm here. This generation that is out here often gets, you know, I mean, they're called names, they're called, you know, they're lazy, they're everything like that. And I take a lot of pride in what I saw today. My views maybe not necessarily are the same as what their views are, but that's what makes America great, is that you can assemble and you can sit there and you can talk about it. Chris Danko there, that kid there, he's destined for something great. I love the way that he speaks, and his message rang through for this 40-some-year-old man, and I see youth, I see enthusiasm, and I see the future of our country out here. And like I said, it may not be exactly the way I see, but you know what? Sometimes you can teach a couple old dogs new tricks, right?
The students in the Eastmont School District also took part at today's walkout. NCW Life's Eric Granstrom is at Eastmont High School and has more.
Eastmont High School also took part in today's walkout at 10 o'clock. Students left their classroom, came outside of Eastmont High School and gathered to walk around the school in silence.
You guys, this is amazing. This is good. This is what we wanted. You guys are all making a big change here. So are you guys ready to march?
The student-led movement was not about gun safety. It was not about gun violence. It was about school safety.
If you're 18, please register to vote. You can't make a change unless you vote. Contact your local representatives, email legislators. If we really want to protect our schools, protect our students, we need to make a difference, starting with us, the students ourselves.
The time is now to use your voice. A walkout is not enough. It's powerful, but it is not enough. We need to contact our legislators and our politicians and tell them we demand school safety, that we deserve to be safe in our schools. Innocent kids need to stop dying. Enough is enough.
Student organizers were very pleased with today's turnout.
Oh, I was overwhelmed with pride and joy, especially how many students were out there, and being silent for that whole time. It was a really powerful, moving moment, and especially watching the kids from inside, watching the kids outside. It was extra just wow. I'm really proud of our school and our community.
It was really powerful. I thought I was super pleased with it. Kind of like what Ellie said, my favorite part probably was once we came back around the school. We were right in front of the school again, and the people that didn't participate, you know, had to watch us all join up together and unify each other. And, you know, I thought that was a very powerful message to those that don't want to advocate for school safety, and just a powerful message in general.
I think it's really cool how the youth is trying to take charge. And I think a big important message that needs to be sent out is the youth is the future. So, I mean, if we want to control the future, we're the ones who need to do that.
There were members from the community here as well. Their message was specific in regards to firearm safety.
I felt I needed to be here today just because it's an important event, and the school shootings just have gotten so totally out of hand that we just need to do something, especially with automatic rifles like the one on here.
I moved to tears that this many kids said this is important.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk out of my class and say enough is enough.
So about 250 students walked out of school today with the blessing of faculty and staff to show their support for increased measures of school safety. Here at Eastmont High School, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life Channel.
Eric also said he asked each of the student organizers if they feel safe at Eastmont High School. To a student, they answered yes, but recent school shootings have caused them to be wary that it could happen anywhere. A nationwide movement will be held March 24th and include a rally and march beginning at the old Hastings parking lot in Wenatchee. Well, coming up next, a suspected drug dealer was arrested Tuesday in Moses Lake, and we preview an upcoming Service League event called My Girlfriend's Closet. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley. Christian Shanlin here with Bay Equity Home Loans.
Make your dream of building your own home a reality today. Bay Equity Home Loans has teamed up with Real Homes to make building your new home a smooth process. Bay Equity Home Loans of Wenatchee offers new construction loans, FHA 3.5% down, and VA 100% construction loans.
Stop on by or give us a call today.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan Mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. Come see us at the Plaza in Lake Chelan.
Welcome back. In another news, plans are moving forward to build a $1.2 million household hazardous waste collection facility in Wenatchee now that the full cost of construction is in hand. The recently approved state supplemental budget contains the $550,000 needed to complete the project. Prior to the end of the legislative session, Chelan County was prepared to move ahead with partial construction, but Commissioner Keith Gaynor says those plans have changed.
What we were going to open a bid for today was to just at least erect the shell, and so that the beams that have been in place, the metal beams, would be under cover, and then we could actually use that facility a little bit. But we canceled that bid because with this increased dollars that we'll have available now, we hope to be able to complete the facility.
When completed, the 5,254 square foot steel building will include a loading dock and a covered drop-off area. The county's solid waste director, Brenda Blanchfield, says the new facility is slated to become operational in January 2019. Firefighters put out a small brush fire yesterday afternoon on Wenatchee's north end. The fire was described as a debris burn that got out of control. It was located along a hillside behind a home on Sunrise Circle in the vicinity of Horse Lake Road. The fire was first reported shortly before 3 p.m. and was put out within about 20 minutes. Well, a suspected drug dealer was arrested Tuesday after detectives with the Moses Lake Police Department Street Crimes Unit served a search warrant on a home in the Larson Base housing area. Pictured here in a police body cam image is the suspect, 34-year-old Alejandro Mendoza, who was in possession of methamphetamine and heroin with intent to deliver. Police say a large amount of stolen property and tools were recovered from the residence. 5 victims have been identified to date, but it's expected many more will be identified as that investigation continues. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
How about having majestic mountains, a beautiful shoreline, and 26 acres of lush walking trails be the backdrop of your special event? Lake Wenatchee YMCA Camp has cabins, meeting spaces, and a lodge with a kitchen that will accommodate large gatherings. Our staff at Lake Wenatchee YMCA Camp will work with you to ensure that your wedding, retreat, class reunion, or birthday is amazing. Reserve your day today.
Just as we went on the air, Steve, NCW Life is live now on Facebook.
Hey, how's about that? We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Dan Kuntz, your host for the next hour.
Every weekday, starting at 7 o'clock.
Get ready for a bunch of news that's coming your way.
Here's what's happening around North Central Washington. We'll have a rundown of all your local, regional, and statewide news. You can also find more on our website at ncwlife.com. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. That's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on NCW Life News.
Thursday night, hockey night on the NCW Life Channel. It all begins at 7 o'clock with a call of the Wild and Clarkie's Corner. Then it's non-stop hockey action with a voice of the Wild, Arch Ecker. Join us as the Wild battle the rest of the BCHL. Thursday night is hockey night on the NCW Life Channel.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life Channel.
And a happy Wednesday. The spring sports broadcast season got underway last night here on the NCW Life Channel. In the rain at the Apple Bowl. Great match between Wenatchee and Quincy after a scoreless tie in the first half. Jackrabbits would break the tie in the second. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call here on the NCW Life Channel.
Only one waiting in the box. Castillo, personal maneuver. Castillo, top of the box now. The right-footed shot. Goal, 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 goal! Saul Buenrostro for the Quincy Jackrabbits. What were we saying? We hadn't seen Quincy. We hadn't seen Quincy do much in this second half, and all of a sudden it's a 1-0 lead for the folks from Grant County. Matt Weiser.
Yeah, Wenatchee looked at their defense right before that. They had 5 back on the line, all playing deep, all off of Quincy's attackers, and kind of watching the ball.
Cleared away partially by Quincy. Trying again is this Wenatchee, the shot! What a rocket! What a rocket by number 14 for Wenatchee, Eric Saldivar. And this one is tied at 1-1, 65 minutes, 20 seconds. And we're even at 1 apiece. Matt Wisen.
And Quincy did not see that shot coming. No. Just completely took that keeper by surprise. That was an outstanding shot.
Camarillo, the quick move. Left foot, Nasser! Goal, 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 goal! And Wenatchee takes the lead. Nasser with a nice shot that gave a funky bounce, and that gave Mr. Bowman some trouble. And that gives Wenatchee a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that ball did not hop. It skipped, and I think keeper was expecting a little more of a hop on that, and it squeaked right under him.
And there's the whistle that tells us that this one is history, with Wenatchee overcoming a very tough Quincy Jackrabbit squad by a score of 2-1.
So the Panthers get their second win of the season with a come-from-behind victory. Also on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in soccer yesterday, Brewster clobbered Chelan 6-2. Cashmere blanked Granger 1-0. On the baseball diamond yesterday, it was an opener for Cascade. They hung on to beat Ephrata 5-4. Turning to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in softball yesterday, Zilla swept a twin bill from Cashmere, winning the opener 14-1 and the nightcap 12-1. Wenatchee lost another 5-inning affair at Walla Walla Point Park, this time to Southridge by a score of 12-1. Also in tennis yesterday, Chelan swept Liberty Bell with the boys winning 5-zip, girls coming out on top 4-1. Colorado scored 2 in the bottom of the ninth to beat the Mariners on a walk-off RBI single by Derek Gibson. Final score was 8-7. Dan Altavia gave up the winning runs in the ninth after a stellar start by Rob Whalen. 24-year-old right-hander went 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits while striking out 9. Taylor Motter chipped in 2 of Seattle's 14 hits and an RBI. Seattle's back in the facility at Peoria tonight, hosting San Francisco at 6:40. Finally, Seahawks have now reportedly lost their 5th of starter in the last 6 days. According to multiple media outlets, free agent Jimmy Graham has signed with Green Bay. In addition, wide receiver Paul Richardson is signing a 5-year, $40 million contract with the Washington Redskins. This follows the departures of Richard Sherman to San Francisco, Michael Bennett to Philadelphia, also the waiving of Jeremy Lane and Deshaun Shed, that is. Seahawks linebacker KJ Wright was quoted as saying, "This hurts pretty bad." That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Earlier this week, NCW Life's Brenda Mendelis talked with Junior Service League of Wenatchee about their upcoming event called My Girlfriend's Closet.
With Lorena, who is the president, and Darlene, who is the chairman of My Girlfriend's Closet, and we're going to talk to them about this exciting event that's coming up this weekend. Lorena, what you going to tell us about what's going on?
Well, we've been very busy. We've actually been sorting and collecting clothes year-round, and now it's time to finally open up the event this week. Our group is actually all women, and we're about 180 members that have been working hard all year. And of course, this is our biggest fundraiser. It funds everything for us.
Tell me, where does the money go that you guys raise?
So last year, just to kind of give you what we do in 3 days, is we grossed about $60,000 in sales, which $40,000 went back into the community in form of grants. So we do have a grant application online that'll be due at the end of the month. So you do have to fill one out to get proceeds from My Girlfriend's Closet, but we help like serve Wenatchee Valley, Women's Resource Center, SAGE, all of the Lighthouse Ministries, the YWCA. Also, we help the museum, West Side. There's lots of organizations that we support with this event.
Sunday is the day we invite organizations to send their clients, women from, say, their clients at the YWCA, Women's Resource Center, and different other ones, SAGE, where we invite them to come and we give them $40 of GSL bucks. And they come and shop. Browse around. Some are looking for outfits for maybe interviews. That's just a really, really fun day. We get a lot of hugs, and they come wondering what it's going to be about, and they leave just feeling really good about it.
People are so gracious in this community. They're really supportive of us and what we do, and it's really touching because, like we talk about, every year everybody saves their nice things for us, and that's really touches our hearts.
My Girlfriend's Closet opens to the public this Friday, March 16th and ends Sunday, March 18th. We'll be back in just a moment with a recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food. freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
And now a recap of some of our top stories tonight. Firefighters put out a small brush fire yesterday afternoon on Wenatchee's north end. The fire was described as a debris burn that got out of control. It was located along a hillside behind a home on Sunrise Circle in the vicinity of Horse Lake Road. The fire was first reported shortly before 3 p.m. and was put out within about 20 minutes. A suspected drug dealer was arrested Tuesday after detectives with the Moses Lake Police Department Street Crimes Unit served a search warrant on a home in the Larson Base housing area. Pictured here in a police body cam image is the suspect, 34-year-old Alejandro Mendoza, who is in possession of methamphetamine and heroin with intent to deliver. Police say a large amount of stolen property and tools were recovered from the residence. 5 victims have been identified to date, but it's expected many more will be identified as that investigation continues. Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to the details of that, let's once again take a peek outside our weather window and the beautiful look from our Waterville Sky-Fi Tower cam looking down the beautiful town of Eniat in the Columbia River. And what an afternoon it turned out to be today with lots of sunshine, decreasing clouds, and temperatures fairly mild for this time of year into the lower 50s. As we take a look at our satellite loop, what we're seeing, the Pacific storm that moved into north central Washington last night is now heading north in the form of a cold front. As that weather system did pass by, temperatures cooled down somewhat a bit today, not so much for us, but especially for folks in eastern Washington, where yesterday's high temperatures climbed into the mid and upper 60s. A large area of high pressure you can see on the screen will slide into the Pacific Northwest on Thursday, ushering in dry and sunny weather conditions with high temperatures right where they should be this time of year at 53 degrees. Our sunny, mild weather will continue into the weekend with light winds. Temperatures will stay basically in the lower to mid 50s. Our beautiful late winter weather will continue until about Wednesday of next week before another weather system moves in late in the week, ushering in more rain showers. So let's take a look at that forecast now. And tonight, 33 degrees our overnight low. We'll see mostly clear skies overnight tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies as well, and 53. We'll stay with those mostly sunny skies for Friday and 56. And what a weekend ahead. Mostly sunny on both Saturday and Sunday with highs in the middle 50s. And we'll even warm up a bit by Tuesday of next week with mostly sunny skies. High temperature then around 56 degrees. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.